Well, what an effort by Jalen Harris and the Toronto Raptors, giving Dallas a big-time scare, but the Mavs eventually hold on. 114-110 is your final. Raps record falls to 27-44 on the season. Just one game to go as we welcome you inside Raptors Night Cap. Randy Urban alongside Sherman Hamilton, Paul Jones, and the coach, Jack Armstrong. Jack, I'll start with you. Jalen Harris was just amazing tonight and made shots with a high degree of difficulty, too.
Loved him. I mean, he did it all, too. You know, it's interesting. He shot it off the catch, shot it off the bounce, showed an in-between game, scored at the rim, just showed like a lot of different elements. And the thing I liked about him, too, is the fact that very calm, very poised, polished. Quite frankly, he didn't look like a rookie.
Mm-hmm. Jonesy, what did you see from him tonight? I mean, I know he's getting comfortable every game, but I felt like I saw some like veteran moves out there.
Well, he knew he was going to be able to, and this is really important. He knew he was going to be able to play through mistakes. And once you have that, you develop some, I don't know if this is the right term, some selective risk taking. Like, okay, let me try this. I'm not going to be yanked out of the game. And if it works, it's something I've been working on. Let me go to it. I saw a continued kind of moxie and aggressiveness and combination of, hey, I know how to play. I know what I'm doing out here. I'm not just some rookie running around. I've worked on my stuff. I know this stuff works, and I'm going to show you that it works at this level. His confidence continues to grow. I mean, he squares guys up and looks them in the eye and says, hey, man, I'm going to work here, and let's see if you can do anything about it. And when he scores and he runs back, he's like, take that with you, and I'm coming back with some more. So I like his confidence. I like his moxie. And, he's always playing hard. He's always pushing the envelope on offense.
You know, I honestly saw a young man who we might have underestimated how good he is. You know, he's a young man who comes into this game, and we've seen him trend in the right direction. But you can tell a guy knows what he's doing when a guy understands that he can get to what he wants to get to. He's not just playing in a way that the defense is giving him something, so he's exploding and attacking. He's massaging the defense into position. He's making plays. He's navigating his way through what he's trying to do, and he's reacting very well to what they have. And that tells me a couple things. Number one, he understands how to play. Number two, he's got a lot of tools in the toolbox to be able to execute that. And then he has that all-around poise with his game. There were a couple of times he got into the heart of the defense. There was no panic. There was great footwork. There was overall awareness and a calm with what he was doing. And then he executed. So I think the young man is showing us that we might not have seen him much, but he clearly has game that he knows he can get to, and he's very confident when he plays.
Yeah, and sure, just real quick, he played in front of his friends and family, and that's not always easy, right? Like that can go one of two ways, and usually it's not the good way. Like what's your experience in that situation?
I think when you see players play well in front of family and friends, it's because they know they can get it done. And, that's just added incentive to play around people that support you and have been there through your whole journey. So there's a comfort level there, and you could see that. And his family, I just love the way that they were having a great time supporting him. And, they were probably well fed in that box, but they were just loving the fact that Jalen was going crazy tonight. But that type of support can create a real comfort zone for you. And, when you think about it, people that have that kind of support have probably played their best games of their lives when they've had that type of backing and people that love them and have been there the whole way. So it's probably no different tonight for Jalen in this game.
Jack, I know you always get fired up when you're coaching and you got your family and friends watching too, right?
Well, I did. They used to see me lose a lot, so it didn't work out too well.
Jack, so just what happens in these games with these young guys, right? The Raptors, they'll get down, 18, 20, 24 points. But what happens when they just kind of don't fold and they bring themselves back in this game? They legitimately almost won tonight against a team that was like they had to win.
Yeah, no, to me, I love the spirit tonight. Randy, you made a good point earlier with chatting. I thought the coaching was really good from the Raptors tonight. They made some good adjustments during the game and kept themselves alive. Good usage of the timeouts. But I just love the spirit that they played with collectively, and those young guards. I think it's a great experience for Flynn and Harris to build on going into the offseason. And Sherman Jonesy, this has been a horrible year to evaluate rookies. It's been a horrible experience for rookies to break into the NBA. So for them to have that kind of like experience, I think really gets them fired up about, hey, man, I'm so excited about this offseason. I can't wait to get to it.
Jack, that was my brother that actually mentioned the coaching, but I'll take credit for that. No problem. I got no problem taking his credit.
Well, he's the brains behind the operation. Right?
Oh, for sure. Jonesy, let's talk about Malachi Flynn, because just another great game from him. And, fourth quarter comes around and it just feels like he's stronger. He's more confident. He wants the moment. Like, what are you seeing?
Well, to steal Jack's line, he's got stage presence. He understands that the game's on the line. And when the game is on the line, the best players make the biggest plays. And he doesn't shy away from that. And, taking the ball to the basket, playing screen and roll, making the right decision, knocking down shots. I mean, he flat out took the ball from Luka Doncic one-on-one, standing at midcourt. And so I see a young man like Jalen Harris. I see a young man with emerging confidence and a belief that I belong here. I can do this here. I know these are the best players in the world, but I can play with them. I belong with them for what I can do. And, we had a graphic from our stats guy on TV, John Russin, that showed Malachi Flynn's scoring average basically doubled when he was playing without Kyle or Fred. He was somewhere around 8 points with one of them in the lineup, playing with one of them. But then when they were both out, he knew, hey, man, this is my show. I got to get this done. They are the guys that normally get it done for us. They're not here. Hey, man, give me the baton. I'm going to run with it. And his scoring averages goes from 8 to, 15, 16 points. So a young man that understands. And Sherman and I said this on the radio. I'm okay with these two young guys going forward with Fred if there's no Kyle around. It's not going to be like you have Kyle. So let's get that straight. But I'm okay with their development and what they've shown me now. The same way the Raptors were okay with Fred when they had Kyle and Danny Green. Same deal.
Yeah. Jack,
hey, just one quick point about Malachi Flynn. In his last 9 games, he's only had one game where he's had more than one turnover. He had one game where he had 2. Tonight, he had 5 assists, no turnovers. So not only is he giving you the productivity, he's protecting the ball. And for a young point guard, Sherm, you know this, for a young point guard, that's such an important trait.
Yeah, it really looks like, sorry, go ahead, Sherm.
No, Jack, you took one of the points I was going to say, so go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it really looks like they have something with these two kids because, look, they're both late first round, late second round. You don't know what you're going to get. And, shout out to the coach, the scout staff for this.
Yeah.
But we're used to that now. We're used to seeing that the Raptors scouting abilities have been off the charts. They just find those players and, they do the type of, I call it recruiting that you can't really get from numbers. You can't figure out just by looking at their stats and saying this is the type of player there'll be. They do a great job of getting players that fit the personality of the locker room that they're going to be coming to. Are you going to work? Are you going to be able to follow instruction? Are you going to be a type of teammate that supports each other? All these elements are the things that the Raptors organization has built as their culture, and it's been the cornerstones for the last few years. So you figure that's a part of what their scouting staff also has to figure out. And they've done a great job doing that. I want to say this, the two young guys tonight in Jalen and Malachi did a great job under pressure situations. And that's what you really like to look at. How did they react coming out of timeouts? Can Malachi Flynn get his team to run what Nick Nurse needs them to run? He did a great job there. Can they execute Jonesy talked about Malachi Flynn getting that ball inbounds, getting down the court in about 2 seconds, laying it up, and then Dallas has to call a timeout, extending the game, executing on plays like that. That's what I look at as major growth for young guys. And these are the type of games that you can't duplicate with practice scenarios. So to see them excel in those moments, it's fun to watch.
It's just what we talked about on the radio, Randy, Sherman and I. Like, there's no practice can replicate playing against a playoff team that needs a game. And to everything we've talked about, there's the idea. Sherman mentioned the word. There's the idea of culture again. It's what he's a Spurs guy. He's a Heat guy. There's a culture. There's something that goes with the team. And you asked us earlier, hey, they had a legit shot to win with all these guys out, with no OG, no Kyle, no Fred, no Pascal. They had a shot to win. Why? I go back to that word culture. It's built when you're winning, and it's tested when you're losing. And they've developed this culture of, we're going to play hard. We don't care who's on the floor. It doesn't matter what the score is. We are not going to roll over. I mean, they're down 19, and they cut it to a 1-possession game. And again, here's a team that's playing for something in the playoffs, and the Raptors are, quote, developing their young guys. It was a ball game all the way through.
Yeah. 30 seconds left in the show, Jack. Did you like what you see from Dallas? Can they make a splash in the playoffs?
I think they're a 5th seed, and to me, they'll have a hard time getting through the first round. I mean, they're a nice team. Doncic is a wonderful talent, but to me, I enjoy watching them play, but I don't see them going far.
Jonesy, can they win a first-round matchup against, say, the
Not
Clippers?
against Denver. Not against Denver.
Sure.
It'll be a heck of a series, but I just, the way Denver plays, and Sherman and I were talking about this on the broadcast, they're going to be sniffing out Luka on the other end too.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree with these guys. Dallas, to me, is a team that if they're going to be led by Luka's talent, I'm all in.
Yeah.
But all the other stuff, the ability to just bring this team and pull it along, and there's a toughness factor that I think that this team is missing a little bit of for playoff play. I think they'll really struggle to get out of the first round.
All right, guys, good stuff as always. Got to stop you there, unfortunately. One more show to go. Raptors' final game goes Sunday, 1 p.m. in Tampa against the Indiana Pacers. We will see you then.
Thanks for watching. You can click to watch our last episode or to subscribe to the Toronto Raptors YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode.